Okay, so in the last video I showed you how to generate a remote XY interface or phone app and then copy the code. So here is the copied code. I already saved it as Lab09 demo, and let's see what we need to do with the code. First of all, if you haven't done this before, you should install the remote XY library. So let's click this library tab and just search for that. I already installed it. See, I installed 3.14 version, and for you need to install the latest version. Alright, so once you install this version, and you should be able to run this code. See, the code includes software serial. I explained that, and also it includes this remote XY. So moving on. Okay, so we don't need to interact with the code all the way up here until setup. So remote XY needs to initialize. That's good. But then we also need to initialize our content. For instance, we need to initialize the pins, right? Red and green LEDs and such. So let's go ahead and put those initializations into setup. So how about I do this? I do some definitions. I'll just do one of them. So pin mode. Green pin green LED output, and don't forget that semicolon. So that should be it for the initialization, but we should also set that to 0. We don't want to leave it to chances what state is on, right? So we do digital write low. There. So that should complete our initialization for this particular feature here. Okay, so now that is initialized, we'll go over here. And what this is doing is a handler. It handles any type of a request that the phone app may have generated, such as turn this green LED on. It'll actually be captured here. So after this line is called, we'll be able to see if there's any changes. Okay, so let's see. We'll use this syntax to see if what we want is changing. So remote XY dot there it's already in there. So we just tab. So the syntax is coming from here. If you go back a few lines, let's see where the line is. Here. So here is a struct. The struct actually contains all of the variables that I defined in the previous video. The red LED was actually defined as an integer, and green LED an unsigned integer, but this integer goes from 0 to 100, for instance. And that's it. So this character string is for temperature. Okay, so let's see. If I have this, I just have to put the dot, and then I can refer to any of these so-called fields. This is called a struct. It's a simplified version of an object. So let's just use that. And we can use this shorthand. I'll explain why we use this shorthand. Okay, so what do I mean by if this? Well, if this means if this whole value is somehow equivalent to a logic true. So if the green LED somehow is equal to 1, which means the button has been pressed and turned, well, slider switch is on the on side, and the green LED will have a 1 value. So whatever you put inside of the ifs parentheses, if it's evaluated as a true, such as a non-zero value here, then that's true. So if this is non-zero, then this part is executed. So you go high, you can do else. Okay, so this would basically fulfill the requirement of the green LED, because now we have the logic, right? So let's see, let's check the code. We're not going to upload it, but we're just checking the code. Okay, so seems like the code compiles. And what else we can do is we add the temperature sensors reading. We need to read it 50 times and average it. So we'll do it in a different video.